Hey, yo, what's going on, all my gamers, all my VTuber gamers chat? If you haven't heard in the past day, they've been going at Zentreya for a new model that she has released, which I love. I think it's amazing. You know what I'm saying, Zentreya? I think they got bigger. That's not the point. Anyways, chat. So, Zentreya has a military-esque outfit. If you guys haven't seen it, hold on, let me pull it up right here. It kind of looks like this, right? It's kind of like a military theme looking. I would play this video, but I don't really know if there's like copy. I could just mute it, I guess. You know, you kind of get a good look at it. It kind of looks like that, right? Kind of like a military-esque model. I think I have another tab somewhere where you can really see it. Yeah, it looks like this, right? This is what it looks like. And of course, because VTubing is VTubing and the people are who they are, people started complaining and going at Zentreya, saying that she has a certain ideology, blah, blah, blah. They're basically calling her a Nazi, which is kind of wild because she's Mexican. I know that because so am I. I pretty much keep tab of all the big VTubers who are Hispanic. They're very, very big inspiration to me. But chat, so Zentreya actually had a response that I wanted to listen to because I think it's insanely based, and I love to see it because I hate seeing a lot of people conform and apologize to people who they don't really need to apologize to. This is the one instance where that also counts. So let's listen to her response.
Okay, apparently I have to make a statement here because people are so being woke right now.
I like how she says the word woke.
Apparently people are being super fucking woke right now, so I have to make a fucking statement all of a sudden here. Now,
dude, that model
people
is
are trying
insane.
to apparently to cancel me.
I love this model.
Wow, okay.
Mother. Sorry, what? What?
That's cool. So apparently people are calling me out to saying I'm wearing a Nazi uniform.
Yeah, there you go, because it's a military uniform.
I'll say it plain and simple. People are calling me a Nazi. For my outfit.
It's insane. This is really well made,
and,
by the way.
You know, for apparently having an army. So that's also one thing.
Which, again, I gotta say, that is really, really a stretch, right? She has just a military uniform. Just a plain military uniform with nothing on there. It has nothing. And in fact, I think she said that because I looked at her recent apology. Again, even watching this, I'm not entirely sure whether this is copyrighted music or not, so I'm kind of taking a risk here. And that's why I don't really want to play her other apology because it might have more. But she said that originally it actually would have had an armband, right? Kind of like Haruhi Suzumiya. She said kind of like Arknights. So she knew that it would have been worse, but she was like, you know what? Let me not do that. So let me get rid of it. So she definitely had it in mind that it might look bad, right? But when you look at it, it doesn't look bad, right? It doesn't look like what people are saying it looks like. It just looks like a regular military uniform. She kind of looks like a gacha character. I'm not gonna lie. She really does, which is really funny because she's also cosplayed like Nilla Hister from what do you call it? What is it? Nikkei. I've been trying to get Nilla Hister because of that, and then I realized she's a really bad unit. But that's not the point.
And then another thing. So the original artist and designer drew a red armband.
Oh, she talks about it in this one.
Had no significance whatsoever at the time. And think of it like Arknight, I guess.
There you go, Arknights. Never
think
played
of
it.
it like Arknights. Or the Melancholy of Haruki Suzumiya.
Great anime, by the way. Goated. Goated reference, chat.
Which apparently people didn't see that. And there was no design on the armband whatsoever. But I saw this. I saw this even before. Unfortunately, it's the path me when the first designer drew it out.
The what?
It slipped past me when the first design was made.
There you go.
I did not see that at the time. Until they started drawing it up for the live 2D model. So then I saw that.
Right.
And I said, hey, let's go ahead and get rid of that, because I was afraid of the Zix exact situation happening. I was afraid of this exact situation happening, by the way.
I guess she keeps making errors, by the way. I don't know why it's really funny to me.
You are literally
But,
textbook
of course,
anime commander, general attire. Like it's not even remotely controversial. Are
of
people
course,
just
woke
looking for
ideology
drama?
has it where every snowflake has to get hurt by something. Or they have to think.
Now, in her new apology, because Zentreya, I don't know if this was the day after or what. Someone, I just kind of like found the VOD. I don't really know when it was from, when this was from, but I'm assuming the next day, Zentreya did calm down a bit. She did say that, she didn't want to say that specifically, that it's woke ideology, because she didn't really want to separate her audience of blah, 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 and stuff like that, which I think is, it's pretty good, right? It's a good response. I think it's really important that even though, people are more anti-woke now, me included, I'm not saying that I'm not, I actually think this is really, really funny, and I really, really like that she stood up to this, because VTubing in its current form is insanely virtue signaling, that anyone who sees what Zentreya is doing now will probably try to pick it apart and try to cancel her, because it would get them ahead. Because that's just the current state of VTubing, which someone did, which is where I got this clip from, and that person ended up deleting it because they got an insane amount of backlash, as they should, because you're not exactly gonna just go after a big streamer like Zentreya for free, nor should you ever, even if it's someone who doesn't have a small or a big audience. You shouldn't really be going at people for something as simple as this, right? Where it's not what you think it is. Now, there is a VTuber a while ago that did do that, where it was specifically that uniform. They were very, very open about it. And it's like, when you went after that person, yes, that makes sense. I completely agree. But when you go after someone like Zentreya, where she is saying to your face, it is not this, why are you still going after her? I don't understand.
This uniform automatically makes you a fascist or a Nazi.
It's really cool, by the way.
You
I
know
really
what?
like it. I'm sure they got bigger. I'm not...
I don't care
Whatever.
what the f you think.
Ow!
I'm just calling you out. Stop being little fucking snowflakes. It's a fucking outfit. I'm not wearing a fucking Nazi uniform. And I'm not wearing the fucking armband.
I do think it was smart to not include the armband, even though a lot of people would not think it was what you think it is. I think it is smart to just not put the armband, right? Just if I'm thinking about it, it probably is smarter not to use the armband, which she saw and she knew that would have caused more problems. So it's pretty good that she cut that out. But even though she did, it didn't matter. People were still on her.
So get the dick out of your mouth and fuck off.
Oh my goodness!
I'm
I
not
have to
getting
censor around
cancelled.
that.
You're fucking stupid. I'm not going to get cancelled because you're fucking stupid.
I don't even think she would have gotten canceled, right? Because the geckos know, like, you can look in her chat and you could just read how her chat is. Like, someone right there just said people are so stupid. So you're never really... The thing about canceling is you have to make sure that you get their community to side with you. And you're not really going to get someone like Zentreya's community to go against her just because you see something that's not there. You know, that's kind of how canceling in 2025 works, where a lot of people try and you just kind of ignore them, and it pretty much goes away because of how fast the internet moves, right?
Go back to school. Understand actual ideology and fascism. And fuck off. Thank you.
Dog Kick well said.
Fucking idiots.
Which again, it's kind of wild to say that a Hispanic woman is wearing a Nazi uniform, but that's neither here nor there. I did want to look into some of these responses because some people did have responses that, you know, it's really dumb. Like you have someone right here says this person didn't even regret harassing Zen. Freaks like these are the ones that don't deserve sympathy at all. No regrets over what I said to Zen, by the way. And I just watched her apology. The apolitical definitely is something, huh? You'll get burned by these new fans eventually, Zen. You will. I don't know where or why people are just trying to force other streamers into having a political take. You just can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I never condone that, and that's why I never give my political opinion. My most political opinion is I think Wuthering Waves kind of sucks now, and that's fine, right? Just know I was trying to make you see how insane you're acting. There's no insanity left in me anymore. I just want these people completely gone from the VTuber space, which I don't know why people feel like they can just dictate who can and can't be in the VTubing space, right? We have a little bit more over here. This kind, again, for relevance, this kind of outfit and vibe and character type traces its origins to blah, 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 blah. I really don't care. Educate yourselves, and which I hate when people say educate yourself, right? You just sound so stupid, and it actually irritates the shit out of me. Zentreya, you're being called out for your fascist kink. Your what? And you react like a middle schooler lashing out. Who's the snowflake? As a big VTuber, you're setting a bad example, which is this is really dumb. No way you think that she's setting a bad example for the VTubers by doubling down. I think she's actually setting a very, very good example by doubling down and telling people that she doesn't care, right? Because then it just teaches people that you can double down. You don't have to just conform to what other people say, right? It's not about being woke, about, you know, being anti whatever. It's about just standing your ground and telling people to just leave you alone, which is the most important thing. This being hot makes me so effing tired. This is awful. There was a million things you could do and you chose this, which I love this art. This art's really, really funny. The little geckos and her as in the military uniform. That's really cool. Zentreya debuting as is not my bingo card in 2025, but here we are. You know, it just it annoys me to no end to know that people are just trying to virtue signal and trying to put something that's political, trying to put a political tag on something that isn't political, right? Not everything is political, despite what people on Twitter and TikTok want you to think. There's not everything is political. And this is an example of something that is not political that got blown out of proportion, but Zentreya stood her ground, and that's all that really matters. I love Zen. Chat, in fact, did you know that you go to gamersubs.com right now? There's a new Zentreya bundle, but I can't really tell you that because I'm not sponsored by them, so it's not really sponsored by me anyways. Use code Zen. Chat, let me know you guys feel, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.